I don't know about all this delay and shit, but I don't know. Is this major delays? What's going on? I don't know. Been a while. Never know. Anyway. Welcome. Live and direct from the land of... I don't know. Usually when I'm in Thailand, I say the land of smiles, because it is the land of smiles. And when I'm in England, you know, the land of frowns. But what is Vietnam? What is it? The land of dog kidnappings? I don't know, I've been reading some stuff today. Well, welcome from this place anyway. This is the Knowledge and Ignorance podcast. That's right. As it is being reborn. There's a few changes. The original podcast I did for Knowledge and Ignorance, there was a live stream and then there was the podcast. Those podcasts are now just going to be specials. They're specials that are deep dives into subjects, okay? They're specials now. This is how it's going to be from now on, alright? If you're watching on Twitch, this is a slightly different version of what I usually do. If you're watching on the other outlets, then you know what this is, so that's fine. But we're live and direct. If you're listening to this in audio form, then how grateful are you for being able to listen to my sultry tones? I suggest, turn that volume right up. Let me creep inside your earlugs. Earlugs? What's that? Let me just creep inside your brain. Massage it for you. Make you feel all woozy and good, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, here we are. Live and direct from the land of whatevers. Now, believe you me, there's a few things I have to say. Let's get right into it. I ain't got too many subjects to talk about, but I've got a lot to talk about, if you understand what I'm saying. Obviously, we're now in 2020, almost 2 months in. It's what we like to call the... last year was the year of the clown. This year is the year of the clown's funeral, I like to think. I don't know, I've been just looking around, and I think it's pretty obvious. I think left-wing politics is dead. I don't want to talk too much about politics, but I just wanted to make that clear. That shit's dead. It's gone, innit? It's dead. It's over. I mean, right across the world. I've never seen such a catastrophic failure in all my time. This is like, I don't know, Brazil versus Germany in the World Cup semi-final of, what year was that? 2014. When Brazil got an almighty spanking on their home soil. Devastating it was. 7-1. No one ever predicted 7-1. It's been a spanking. And a double downing. And it's just very disappointing. Because what we're left with, just right-wing politics now? Is that all it's going to be? Is that all that's left? Is that all you've left us? Because I tell you what, it's just gone full circle ridiculous. The whole thing's just gone ridiculous now. The world is just weird. I never would have predicted any of this shit. So that's kind of what we're left with. This is the year of the funeral of the clown. So please do send back your RSVPs. Make sure you're at the church. Or it probably won't be in a church, actually. The rejection of religion and that. So maybe just a crematorium. But please do wear the appropriate attire. Squeaky shoes, water squirting flour, a little honky nose, and appropriate clown makeup to make sure that you give the clowns the send-off that they deserve. Okay. Because this is the level of it now. Is the pure desperation, right? We've got a worldwide pandemic. Now, before we all get into the ins and outs of the pandemic of the coronavirus, I go, oh my God! I've never been one to buy into the fear mongering, but people are taking it seriously. You should. And being in Vietnam, they're taking it very seriously too. Kids aren't even in school here. They've got less cases than the UK, despite sharing a land border, but that's because they're on top of this shit. They're on top of it. Now, it's got to such a stupid level of ignorance. There's people out there who are doing the bidding of the Chinese government. The far-reaching tentacles of a tyrannical, authoritarian, once was communist outfit, that is the CCP of China, and it has got little douchebags on Twitter and Facebook doing their bidding for them, spreading their propaganda. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, they're out there. There's one thing that you will notice a lot with Chinese organizations. They do like to use the race card as saying, no, you're being racist. It's a classic tactic of theirs. This isn't something that I'm sort of reading into. This isn't like, your old BNP uncle going, oh, they put in the race card, didn't they? Clobber 'em, I say. This isn't that. This is something. This is a thing. This is an actual thing. This is something they're doing. People going around talking about coronavirus and how you shouldn't be wagging fingers and all this stuff. And there's been such a focus on the fact of bigotry and mean comments and whatever being aimed towards Chinese people. Okay, that's the focus of the thing from the left side of the park, the losing side. Team lose, as they shall now be referred to. I'm neither left nor right, okay? I sit happily in the middle. It's about the only moderate thing that's going on in my life. But they are Team Lose, okay? This is Team Lose over here. And Team Lose like to do the bidding of the Chinese government. Let's face facts. Okay? Right? There's nothing racist about wanting to stay safe and taking precautions. Okay? There's nothing racist on commenting on the filthy eating habits of certain countries. That's all perfectly fine. And don't give me your whataboutisms and going, well, you eat toad in the hole. Well, that's a bit different, isn't it? See what I mean? Don't be commenting on mystery meat pies that you buy for £2 in your local corner shop, all right? That stuff is filth. But I tell you what it doesn't do. Spread a murderous disease, all right? The mystery meat pie has never caused the death of thousands of people. It's caused the upset stomachs of at least 100. But mass deaths? I don't think so. So you want to calm that shit down for starters. It's ridiculous. You're going to go around wagging fingers at people for wanting to be safe. Jesus Christ. That's the focus, with these types of people. That's the number one concern, is xenophobia. Okay, now the number one concern is a biblical epidemic, death in biblical proportions. That should be your number one concern, and I think that's the concern of just governments, which is nice. I do feel better about the state of affairs when a government is taking this kind of thing seriously and going, do you know what? Just to be on the safe side, we're going to put things on lockdown so everyone doesn't end up dead, and that's nice. But everyone's, all the Looney Tune crew are like, no. No, we need to focus on what's important. That's people's feelings. I don't care what you feel. If I'm dead and you're dead, we ain't feeling shit. We're all dead, all right? We're all dead. We've all coughed our lungs up. Do you know what I mean? We've got bat flu. I've been carted off because I've got bat flu, all right? I got bat flued, motherfucker. I've been bat flued. Okay? I'm not feeling anything right now. Oh, how do you feel about all the bigotry? Nothing. I'm dead. I don't feel anything. Ridiculous. How these people can talk about such an important issue as, but let's just call it bioweaponry, I mean, I'm not saying it is a bioweapon, alright? I'm not going down that route, alright? I'm just saying, let's call it what it is. This is a biological disaster. Okay, this is not a political thing. This is a biological thing. I got talking to an old Spanish guy. I know, amazing. An old Spanish guy in Vietnam. Who would have thought it? Anyway, I was talking to him, and we were discussing the various things, like the coronavirus, obviously, because it's a hot topic, isn't it? It's one of those hot topics. Janet Street Porter back in the day, would doing her vox pops on the streets, going, "What do you think about coronavirus?" It's a hot topic, man. And he had an interesting perspective on everything. He said he doesn't view the world politically, he views it biologically. He doesn't see politics in people, he sees animal behavior. And he doesn't think nuclear, he's not concerned about nuclear war. He's not concerned about rampaging tyranny from other governments and so forth, or how much money that the Americans have pumped into their military, or the military ambitions of China. No. Biological incidences is what he's concerned about. And he started laying it out, going, what's been the biggest killers over time? And he's been sat around for decades thinking and waiting for the big one. Now, we think the big one is like a bomb, a big war. But he's like, no, the big one is the big disease. That's going to fucking kill us all. Unless we get a grapple on it. And he also said, you look at the Chinese government, they understand this shit better than we do, because they've had a lot, I mean, bird flu, SARS, and this one, and there's another 6 others in the past, 20 years? So they're getting a very good understanding of these biological disasters. Although they didn't react to it quick enough, but they will have a better understanding of it. But Vietnam certainly reacted to it fucking quickly. And I'm talking real quick. Whereas in the UK, they're still like going, quarantine yourself at home. Because out here, they got a better understanding of this kind of thing. They're kind of expecting something big to come. And maybe that's what's going to fuck the Western world, because everyone's going... Because we're sort of blasé to disease. We live a very cleanly lifestyle. You come out here, you can't drink out the tap. Do you know what I'm saying? There's more, especially, Thailand, for example, you're more likely to get hepatitis from having a shower than sucking out a ladyboy. Do you know what I'm saying? You got a bigger chance of getting hepatitis from the water. Okay? All right? There's diseases out there. Whereas there's diseases and sanitation issues we don't have to deal with in the West, other countries still do. And then some. Which does make you think that maybe, because they're thinking a bit more. You've got to think a bit more. When you cut yourself, you've got to think a bit more. When you wash your mouth out, you've got to think a bit more. You've got to think a little bit more about sanitation, because it's unsanitary compared. Whereas we're just in this prim and proper environment going, well, everything's fine, you can just drink. If you're thirsty, you don't need to go to 7-Eleven if there's nothing in the fridge to drink. You just go to the fucking tap, mate. Well, you can't do that here. You got to think about it. Whole different thought process. And maybe we've been pampered too much. When our number one priorities are anxiety or concerns over what people say, then maybe we've really lost sight of the fucking big game plan here, and then we're going to get fucked. We're going to get fucked, and what's it going to be from? It won't be a nuclear war. It won't be the fascist dictatorships that everyone keeps promising are coming. Which I was well up for a fascist dictatorship, because I'd love to be a fascist dictator, to be honest with you. I'd make a very good dictator. I'd be one of those comedy dictators, one of those funny ones. One that have statues of himself everywhere. But I'd have silly statues, and I'd make up silly rules to do on Tuesdays and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like on Tuesday, everyone's got to wear pink Crocs. Not that I'm a fan of Crocs, obviously not, look at me. But just for fucking jokes. And I have Me Day, which is the day that everyone has to take my name. Everyone has to call themselves and call each other by my name for the day. And if you don't, I'm putting you in jail for 5 years just for a laugh. Just for jokes. And they're like, what? And they'll go, this guy's a lunatic. And I'll be like, yes, I am. I am a fucking lunatic. And I'm in charge. Now shut your mouth. Anyway, these aren't the things we should be concerned about. We should be concerned about stuff that's been going on for a long time. I mean, look, like the plague, the Black Death, all this stuff. This wiped out near enough all humanity at certain points in time. This is the shit you need to be thinking about and going, oh, that's worrying. That's the stuff you want to be worrying about. All this other business. You know, I couldn't give a fuck about closing borders and tougher immigration control. You know, a rejection of multiculturalism, insular society. I couldn't give a shit about that. If you cough in my face and my lungs bleed out my mouth, then that's the kind of thing I think we should be concerned about, not people's silly opinions, because that's all it is. It's just silly opinions of everybody. You know, all immigrants are wonderful. All immigrants are scum. Do you know what? Everyone's wonderful and everyone's scum. I think we've become way too obsessed with this bullshit, and we're just pampered, and we don't know how to live the rough life, and we're not ready for something like this. We're really not. We are not prepared for this kind of thing. I was always thinking it's war. When the big war comes, we're going to have a whole generation of people who are too soft, and we ain't going to deal with it very well. But I think the age of the big war is maybe over. It's going to take something really big for that to happen again. The age of the big war is gone. Just little proxy wars and silly little tit-for-tat bullshit, because it's just too expensive. It costs too many lives. You know, it bankrupts countries, whereas little proxy wars make money, whereas big wars just lose money, unless you're America and you just sit back and take money from both sides, of course. You know, that's a different story altogether. Okay, but in the long run, you know, big wars, not big returns. You're not going to get your big returns. However, a biological disaster, we ain't fucking ready for that shit. We're not. We are not. And the repercussions of it is just mad. Think about all the people who've got respiratory diseases and you know, allergies and stuff. It's because we're too clean. You know what I mean? My immune system's pretty damn good because I grew up in a dusty house. All right, my mum was no. I'm not slaying my mum, saying, God, she was a very bad cleaner. What an unsanitary whore my mum was. I'm not saying nothing crazy like that. What's the matter with you? What I'm saying was there was an understanding that the house doesn't need to be too clean, and that sort of you need to build yourself up. Now, I got a perfect example of two of my friends. I took them to a £4 buffet in Chinatown. Okay, a £4 buffet. All right. Bear in mind, this was over 10 years ago. Probably now it's £4.20. Inflation. But it was £4. Now I was used to eating just filth, just for survival. But they weren't used to it. They weren't used to that kind of lifestyle. Okay? As soon as the £4 buffet, I ate exactly the same that they ate. And they were ill for 2 days. They both had food poisoning. Me, I was absolutely fine. Do you know what? Because I'm built for this. Because I was used to pumping shit into my stomach. And plus, growing up in my household, my mum would leave she'd have the same condiments, and sometimes, you know, they'd be in the cupboard, they'd be 4 years out of date, and you're still eating that. Do you know what I mean? Bread, if there was mould on the bread, or mould on the cheese, you'd be like, well, just cut it off. Scrape it off. You're not wasting good bread, you prick. You know? Veg would be, you know, you'd have some broccoli, and it'd gone fucking just a whiter shade of pale, you know what I mean? It was albino broccoli. Eat that fucking broccoli, it's fine. You know? So the chicken's moving again. I think it's salmonella. Well, scrape the salmonella off and eat it. See what I mean? I'm ready. I'm built for survival. Okay? I don't think most of you are. I think you're all fucked. Yeah. So my message is, with all your fucking clown business, all the clown business, okay, you can dick off. with your clown business. I don't want to be hearing nothing about it. Okay? Leave your clown business at the fucking door. Right, when it comes to survival, when it comes to being clever, when it comes to not fucking dying, because you don't, I'll cause as much offence as I like. I don't care if a government causes offence. Right, I just don't want to end up a victim of bat flu. Okay, just throwing that one out there. Okay, just letting it be known. That is interesting. Biological warfare. It's the enemy you can't fight. It's just like, oh, someone's going to have to find a cure for this shit. And the worst part of all of this is the fact that we use too much what are them things called? Antibiotics. We're reaching a stage where there's a surplus of antibiotics. We're running out of antibiotics. Everyone's used too many antibiotics, and it's getting to a stage where you're less likely to get prescribed antibiotics because they need to save them, and your body is, your body's reaction to them is changing. It's not as good as, do you know what I mean? You've used too many, and the more you use them, the less effect it's going to have. Think about that. We're becoming immune to the cures because we're using it too much. Yeah, that's not going to be good in the long run, at all. Because when a major epidemic happens and we've used too many antibiotics and our bodies reject them, then we're a bit fucked. Yeah, I'd say that to you. I was real hungover yesterday, and I didn't buy any paracetamol. Mainly because the pharmacy that I thought was over there isn't over there anymore. And I was like, well, why isn't it there anymore? I don't know, this place is weird. Sometimes things are there and then they just disappear. It's like Dark City in this motherfucker. But anyway. But then I just rode it out, and I was like, do you know what? We should just ride it out, do you know what I mean? Your head hurts. Well, that's a result of your own actions. We shouldn't be reaching for medicine every time we have a little issue, like a headache. It's just a fucking headache, right? It doesn't kill you, right? Unless it's, a brain tumor. Then you're gonna die. But if it's just a headache, all right, just have a headache. Like, deal with it. Don't need to be pumping drugs into your body, because eventually you'll just be too reliant on this shit. There's my advice on how to survive the apocalypse. You're welcome. What else happened this week? Oh, the Brit Awards. Well, no one cares about that anyway, do they? Fucking Brit Awards. Who's actually giving a shit about the Brit Awards in... I don't know. When was the last time anyone should care about it? I couldn't name anyone that was nominated. And neither do I care. I think people care so little about the Brit Awards, this is quite amusing, that they try to make the same sort of issues about the Brit Awards that they were having about the BAFTAs and the Oscars, with diversity. There's not enough diversity. They're trying to say, well, out of all the nominations for these awards and these awards and these awards, only 4 of them were women. They try to push that whole thing, but no one cared. But at this time, actually, no one cared. Not because, right, you shouldn't care, but because no one cares about the Brit Awards. They're like, yeah, it's only the fucking Brit Awards. And that should be the general attitude of all of it, but it's like, all right. They couldn't even get people to be angry about the Brit Awards. That's how they... Even the most virtue-signaling triggered loon job on Twitter didn't care enough. They're going, oh, who cares? Fucking Brit Awards, who gives a fuck? So, even they rejected it. They're like, so? They couldn't even push that narrative over the Brit Awards. That's how little people care about it. Who won? I have no idea. I don't care. No one cares. It has been, for a very long time, sort of the most worthless awards ceremony going. I mean, I couldn't think of anything that is, except maybe the National Television Awards. The only people that care about them is Ant and Dec. You know what I mean? Whereas the Brit Awards, it's like, does anyone care if they get a Brit Award? I remember in the 90s when it probably meant something. Like when Blur and Oasis won awards, it was a big deal and shit. That happened. And sometimes on CDs they put a sticker going, winner of 3 Brit Awards, as if that means you're going to like the music more. I don't know, but since then, no one gives a shit. Did you remember the first Brit Awards, right? Was in the late 80s. I remember it. I was very young. And it was the Grammys has been going for fucking decades, for a long time. But Britain never really had an award ceremony like that for music, as far as I know. And the first Brit Awards is very famous for being a complete train wreck. It was presented by Mick Fleetwood. He wasn't well known for his charisma. And he's a drummer, for fuck's sake. It was Mick Fleetwood and Sam Fox, whose music career, Sam Fox was definitely a better page free girl than she was a singer. All right? But they were the presenters. And believe it or not, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And it was an absolute disaster. It was just awkward. You could just go look the videos up. First Brit Awards, Sam Fox, Mick Fleetwood. You can go see it for yourself. And that pretty much set the tone for the thing. This is a joke thing. And it was only in the 90s it started getting some sort of traction. You know, like you had when KLF performed, you know, they were up for some award. You know, they were supposed to play, I think, "All Bound for Moo Moo Land." You know, it's a very silly Eurodance song. But instead they brought on Extreme Noise Terror. I think it was Extreme Noise Terror. Like a proper hardcore, death metal-y band. I mean, they just came on and did a 40-second song that went. It was literally like that. It was just like, what the fuck is this? I was like, well, I was saying, album looks interesting. And they just brought Extreme Noise Terror on just to fuck around with things. So that was interesting. And then you had the Michael Jackson thing. When Michael Jackson came out, in his white robe, surrounded by little children, and they're all looking up to him like he was Jesus. And this is, just after he'd been acquitted the first time. And Jarvis Cocker, who was a virtuous man, Jarvis Cocker was the most virtuous man. Jarvis Cocker decided, I'm going to run on stage and put an end to this. And he wiggled his ass in the camera, and that was his protest against Michael Jackson portraying himself as Jesus. So, well done you. That was an incident. And then Brandon Block. He was just a shitty house DJ. Walked on stage, smashed out his face. And I think he started a fight with Ronnie Wood. They threw drinks in each other's face. That was a thing. And the guy from Stereophonics came out and said, about time for some fucking recognition. That was a thing. Robbie Williams tried to threaten the Gallagher brothers. That was the thing. I can't remember any of the other incidents, but these were all incidents that everyone made, that sort of prop the Brit Awards up going, oh, this is an edgy, rowdy event. But after the 90s, it's just like, yeah. I mean, even when Blur won all the awards in 94 or 95, and then basically the Gallaghers were like, and Oasis were like, well, it should be our turn next year to win all the awards. And the next year they won all the awards. People just took turns to win the awards. And Paul Weller always used to win Best British Male Artist every year. That's the Brit Awards, as far as it's just cack. If you win a Brit Award, you should be ashamed. You should go, oh God. I mean, The Darkness cleaned up one year. Remember the Darkness? 2 hit wonders. No, some people are two-hit wonders, alright? Macklemore, The Darkness, okay? These are two-hit wonders. They have two big, they have a good year, and then they just fuck off and you never hear them again. Alright? There's the two-hit wonder and the one-hit wonder. Yeah? Right, Macklemore, 2 hits. Darkness, 2 hits. Think about it. Fucking true, that. Miss Dynamite, 3-hit wonder. Alright, sometimes you get a third in. You're a one-hit wonder. You get one good album. Alright, you can still be a one-hit wonder, but it's the album. You get one big album, and then no one remembers the rest of your shit. Miss Dynamite had, 3. She had 3 big ones, and then when it came to her comeback, it barely scraped the top 40, and then she literally got dropped by a label after that. Like, how? I mean, she was fucking hell. Miss Dynamite was massive. For 1 year, she was huge. And the weirdest thing is, Miss Dynamite started out as an MC, and then she came out and doing her singing thing. She wasn't the greatest singer, but like, it worked. I like those tunes. I was like going, us. She did Boom and did They Don't Know remix with So Solid Crew. I was like, oh yeah, Miss Dynamite, kind of what she does next. And then she came out singing, and I was like, yeah. But I dug it. I was like, this is alright though. Alright. Yeah. Good for you. No, a bit like what Estelle did. Well, Estelle copied Miss Dynamite, obviously. Anyway, and it was big out there, and that album was huge. I don't know how. How was her comeback such a fucking disaster? How did that happen? I have no idea how that was such a disaster. Like, why did that happen? You could probably ask her brother why, and he'd bore you to death. It's Arcala. Or Akala. Let's call him Arcala because it sounds more like, those weird scoutmasters that molest kids. He is a sanctimonious bore. That's the way your old conservative middle-class father would put it. He's a sanctimonious bore. He is, though. I think that's the best way to describe it. He is such a sanctimonious bore. Like, just going, well, the thing is, about Egypt. You're like, oh, shut up, mate. For God's sake. He is, I think he's the sort of, the wannabe intellectual's intellectual. That's what I think he is. He really is. Because everything he says is correct. And everyone goes, oh, he's... and all the Guardian readers are there because they see dreadlocks and a black face, and they're going, oh, he's ethnic, he's correct. That's how it works. They sort of sit there and all go. I got an acquaintance, not really friends, working on a project together, but he told me a story about some black guy he knows who went to a party in a posh area. It was all full of posh white kids after what's that rapist? Kobe Bryant. After Kobe Bryant's untimely demise, Well, it's fine because look, they're calling Harvey Weinstein a rapist, and he hasn't even been accused of it yet. For fuck's sake, I mean, he hasn't been sentenced. All right, it's just smoke. We haven't identified the fire. Okay, admittedly, there's probably a fucking big fire. All right, let's try that. Anyway, this is third. I mean, this is through a. Anyway, apparently there's guys in this party, and there's some girl there who's almost sobbing over the death of Kobe Bryant. Bear in mind, this is also in England. Okay, let's not forget this is in fucking England. Right? What the hell do we give? Like, why do we care? Anyway, she's sobbing over the death of Kobe Bryant. Oh my God, oh Kobe. And there's another guy who starts, asking the geezer about basketball, going, "Hey, bro, so you into basketball?" And this black geezer's like, "No, I don't like basketball." Why? Because he's fucking British, for goodness sake. All right? I remember, when we were working in a call centre, when I left London, I met a lot of younger black boys who played basketball. The tall ones, funny enough. Jermaine Defoe ain't playing basketball, do you know what I'm saying? All right? The tall ones are, though. All right, because the lanky boy, what's he going to be doing when he's playing football? He's going to be in goal. All right, not everyone wants to be in goal. Do you know what I mean? You know? Think about it. How many great black goalkeepers do you know? That's right, not a lot. Because they don't want to be in goal. I don't know, I'm just making that up. But anyway, you don't want to be in goal. It's like, oh, you can play basketball, though. It's like, yeah, I fucking can. That's right, well, I ain't going to goal. I'm playing basketball. That's the only reason. Because they don't want to go in goal. Okay, that's the only reason a British person would want to play fucking basketball, okay? For all us regular ones, it's, you know, we ain't doing that. Playing fucking basketball. Admittedly, when I was a kid, we had a basketball hoop outside our house in Hampton. But it was there before we got there. We didn't put it there. It was just there. And then me and my brother were like, oh, let's buy a basketball. And all we did was just throw it into the net. Because, you know, it's netball. Alright? You know, you're playing netball. Okay? But you're bouncing it. Because that makes you less girly, apparently, when you're bouncing the ball. That's what you think. Oh, it's less girly if I'm bouncing the ball. It's like, no, it ain't, bruv. Like, come on. Get real. Get busy with the fizzy, motherfucker. You're bouncing your... What is a man to do? I lost my trail of thought there. Why had my trail of thought? Anyway, that's that shit, right? Kayla. Because that's what... Oh, yeah, that was the point. God, I totally went on a tangent. That is the point. With the pan, you know, going back to the losing left over there. They're over there. Loser town. You know, they're picking up cigarette butts and trying to make them into roll-ups, okay? That's what they're doing. Okay, this is why they lose, because when you're pandering, when you're just constantly pandering and condescending groups of people. Okay? Oh, aren't you wonderful and marvelous because you're Mongolian? Do you know what I mean? It's just, and they're going, what? Oh, that's wonderful. That's so more exciting and exotic than I am. Applause for you. Oh, wonderful. What's that muck you're eating? That's very ethnic. Isn't that lovely? Let me have a go. I mean, what do you call it? Oh, lovely. What's this genital mutilation you do? Oh, that's marvellous. I wouldn't do it, but you should do it. Because it's you, and you should do that, yes. I love that face I'm doing. I didn't know I could turn my face. Oh, it is. It is. It is marvellous. Very good for you. Oh, wonderful. Yes, we went backpacking across the Himalayas, and we met a lot of very backward people like you, and we thought it was wonderful, marvellous. It was wonderful. It must be wonderful, so ethnic and rugged like you. Yes, it was wonderful. You should come work on my farm. These motherfuckers, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? If I fancy being at a party and crying over Kobe Bryant. Like, well, what is wrong with you? I mean, Jesus Christ, do you know him? Do you know what I mean? Do you think you're going to go into, let's see, all right, you're in Long Beach, okay? You're in Long Beach. You're in North Long Beach, where Vince Staples lives, not Southwest Loop lives. Yeah, I know shit. You're in North Long Beach, okay? And you turn up a house party, and it's full of Crips, okay? And the Crips are there, and Paul Gascoigne's just died. It won't be in a helicopter crash because he's blown all his money. He'll probably be on a banana boat with Jimmy Five Bellies, you know, necking Midori. Do you know what I mean? With some fucking Kestrel chasers, and that's where that'll be, right? And you'll go to the party and you're white. You have to be white in this scenario, okay? Sorry if you're black, but you have to be white in this scenario. All right. So if you're black, just put yourself in whiteface and walk into this party. It's full of black Crips, and they're all crying about Paul Gascoigne's death. Oh, they're saying, "Oh my God, hey cuz, what up, cuz? Yo, Crit," and they're all doing that fucking weird shit, going Crit. They're Crit walking across do all that weird shit. And you go, I'm sorry, my guy. Sorry, cuz. God, I love Paul Gascoigne so much, cuz. You like football, cuz? And you're like, no, I don't. I like rugby or something, because you're white and you're weird. You know, you're not a normal white person. Sorry, not a normal white person. A normal person, because everyone likes fucking football, for goodness sake, don't they? What am I talking about normal white? Everyone likes football. You know, it's not one of those silly sports like baseball, which is only liked, by Americans, Cubans, and the Japanese. I mean, what sort of fucking World Cup are you going to have? A crap one. Because one, the Cubans won't turn up, and two, it's just you and Japan. Ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's not the same. But that'd be weird, wouldn't it? You know, you're in a house full of Crips, and they're upset about Paul Gascoigne. They're crying. You know, some Crip bitch comes up to you. Goes, yo, cuz, her name's Little Booty Smurf. Yo, Little Blue Booty Smurf. I'm crying over Paul Gascoigne, man. I'm crying over Paul Gascoigne, man. You're like, what the fuck? Crying over Paul Gascoigne? What's wrong with you? It'd just be a little weird, wouldn't it? You'd just be like, what the fuck is this? Why do you like Paul Gascoigne? Why does anyone care about Kobe Bryant in my country? I just don't get it, you know? I mean, what did he do for you? The only thing I knew about Kobe Bryant was the rape allegation and the joke in the Chappelle Show. That was it. I had no idea he was any good. And now suddenly it's like, he's all right. Anyway. That is these motherfuckers. Oh my God. I need to show this black person how much I care about a famous black person. Oh my God. Kobe Bryant, yeah. Am I right? You know what I mean? They probably, Robert Mugabe dies and they'd be fucking crying over Mugabe going, Jambo, brethren, Jambo, come here. Hugs me. Oh, black man, I just want to tell you that I am so upset about the death. So I'll do the face again. How do I do that face again? I'm so upset about the death of Robert Mugabe. Oh my God, he was such an inspiration for me, Tarquin, and Petulia. Oh my God. He was the wokest of all. It's like that. Or defending the actions of King Jong-il when he died. Okay? Are you Korean? Doesn't matter which Korean you are. Just being Korean's enough. Are you Korean? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think it's disgusting how we've portrayed King Jong-il in our press. Because he definitely scored 18 holes in one on that golf course. Without a doubt. Just doing it like that. Just being a fucking lunatic around people. Just pandering, going, oh yes, this is wonderful. Do you know what I mean? You just send these motherfuckers. I tell you what, I say organise a fund, do a fund for these, for the losers over there, the losing left who just cannot help themselves. Give them a fund and send them to the most fucked up places on planet Earth, and get them to experience real culture. Just go, look, send them to that tribe. There's a tribe in fucking Paraguay that commit infanticide, and it's accepted by the government because they're like, oh, leave them alone. That's their way. Could you imagine if there was a village in Wales? I'm just using an example. I'm half Welsh. Love you all. There's a village in Wales. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what infanticide is, I hate to remind you, that's when you deliberately kill kids, your own kids. You kill your kids as part of a ritual, okay? You're killing your kids, okay? It's one of the most uncool things on planet Earth. The only thing that would make it even more uncool is if you set it on fire and stuck your penis inside it, okay? That would make it even more uncool, okay? But it's already pretty fucking uncool, okay? I think we can agree on that one, yeah? This is some weird, messed up shit that's going on, okay? So they're committing infanticide, and the government like, well, that's their culture, okay? I don't think we should impose our ways on them. It's like, whose country do they fucking live in? So imagine that's in Wales. There's a little village in Wales, and on on the second, let's say the second born daughter, her birthday, her fifth birthday, they smother her to death and then smoke her bones. Alright, and then wear her face in turn. They cut her face off and wear it and run around shouting at people in the streets. That's what they do. And they've done that for thousands of years. And it's like, well, but that's their culture and we shouldn't input. I think we should leave them alone and let them do what they do. Okay? Because apparently progress in time has moved forward for us, but for them, no. Well, because they're a bunch of backwards motherfuckers. That's what you're saying, going, well, these backwards motherfuckers don't know any better. Let them kill their fucking kids. I don't want nothing to do with it. We're never going to educate them anyway. But that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I swear, it's like, what? So yeah, I'll organise, to take half these fucks and just drop them into that tribe in Paraguay and hang out with them and embrace their culture where they kill their own kids. And see how, here's the kid killers. Do you want to hang out with this mob of kid killers? Is that what you're into? Because they kill their own kids. Go hang out with them for a bit. Should be a laugh. Might learn something. What the fuck is wrong with you, Hang out with the fucking kid killers. You. That's why you all fucking lost. You lost so hard. It's not even funny. Now where we're at. Where are we at? The year of the clown's funeral, man. This is where you left us. You left us with nothing. No strong opposition. Nothing. We can at least have a strong opposition party. Because what we got left now, I don't know. There needs to be a new liberal type party. Like, you would have thought the Liberal Democrats would have had the nous to see an opening and go, well, Labour have totally fucked up. Maybe we should just be the liberal people again. No, they want to go just as wacky as them. Like, talk about missing opportunity. They're like the Arsenal of politics. That's what they are. Like, think about Arsenal, right? How, long gone are the days of the Invincibles. This is Arsenal football team, okay? Arsenal FC. If you don't understand these football references, okay, all you have to do is Google it, okay? Alright? Think about Arsenal. Arsenal in 2003 or was it 2005? Anyway, the Invincibles, they never lost a match. The pinnacle of football. And then they just went to this period of just being shit. Like coming fourth or fifth. Never really going, oh, this year we're definitely going to win it. And then never really making the grade anymore. By the time it was like, do you know what? Arsenal are never going to win anything ever again. They've given up. And even in the season of 2016, okay, Man City, we're going through a transition period. They fucked up. Chelsea totally fucked up. That's when Jose Mourinho, that was it, the season in it when Jose Mourinho let everything go to shit. So Chelsea aren't doing very well. Man United are on the fucking decline. So their golden age is over. Okay. Alright. So that's the main one. You got Chelsea, Man City, and Man United. Are all doing shit. Alright. And then you got Liverpool. Okay. Like, and Arsenal were there, and it's like, yo, you can win this just by default. This is your shot. Here you go. Everyone else is fucking up bad. You can go for it. Go win. And what happened? Leicester City won the fucking Premiership. What the fuck? There was your opportunity. You can go in and win. And then they just couldn't even do that. Even when all their main competition were doing shit, they couldn't win it. That's the Liberal Democrats. They should have looked around going, well, So we've got this, we've got Boris Johnson, all this very right-wing, anti, whatever it is, like, and then Labour have completely lost all their votes from staunch socialist and working class people. And there's a lot of them, the North, and half these people would never vote Conservative just out of principle. Now, what are Labour doing wrong? Right, okay, how are we going to win this election? Let's do all the things that Labour are doing wrong. Like, what the fuck? There was your big opportunity to come in and, leapfrog them. And what did you do? I don't know. You hired a woman to be your leader who I wouldn't even let babysit my children. That's who you... That was your... That was what you thought was going to work. What the fuck? You thought that was the best idea. You thought this was the winner. This is going to win all of it. Oh, this is going to win all of it. Yeah. Oh, a loony face. Oh, she's number one. Loony face is going to win it all. She's fucking great. Loony face. But Jesus, no, you fuck. Like, what, man? Like, seriously. You left it to loony face and you just done fucked up. Ugh. God. For God's sake. Anyway, we're going to switch it up a second. I wanted you to observe something a bit more interesting. Bringing it back to the Brit Awards and kind of things I've been talking about in this messy world of lunacy. This is something I thought was quite interesting. Keeping in the spirit of the fact that the Brit Awards happen and, no one cares about the Brit Awards, obviously. It's fucking shit. But, Tyler, the Creator, won a Brit Award. And then there's an article here. There's a little article in a little unknown publication that you might know as The Independent. Here you go. I'm not going to play the video though, and I found this quite interesting because as the thing, the Independent are very they are definitely on the lunatic left side of the equation for sure. But they're not as hardcore rampant as the Guardian. They're not that crazy. Sometimes, they do talk a lot of nonsense. They do have the same sort of bullshit articles that the Guardian will have. But in the grand scheme of things, the Independent is... Well, it's not even in print anymore, for starters. But it's not as hardcore hatery as the Guardian. The Guardian employs, Ash Sarkar and Owen Jones and George Monbiot. These people are bona fide loons. Okay. But what is interesting about this is I like articles like this because they show contradictions and conflict of interest and what we perceive to be. What I mean was, so Brit Awards 2020, Tyler the Creator. So he dedicates the win to Theresa May. 5 years after his UK ban. Tyler the Creator was also banned in Australia for similar reasons. Of course, Theresa May was the Foreign Secretary at that time. So he dedicates the Brit Award win to Theresa May on Tuesday night, or last week. The rapper took home the International Male Solo Artist Trophy and celebrated with an acknowledgement to the former Prime Minister. May was Home Secretary in 2015 when Tyler the Creator was banned from entering the UK over some of his song lyrics. I want to give a special shout out to someone, this is Tyler the Creator, who I hold dear to my heart, who made it that I couldn't come to this country 5 years ago, the rapper said after accepting this award. I know she's sitting at home pissed off. Thank you, Theresa May. In 2015, Tyler, the Creator, said that he had been barred from entering the UK for 3 to 5 years. This is true. He was banned for 3 to 5 years. I did a video on this last year, actually, when they lifted the ban. Coming to the UK is a privilege, and we expect those who come here to respect our shared values. That's what Theresa May said. Tyler, the Creator, returned to the UK in May 2019. Yeah, that's right. The show ended up getting cancelled over safety concerns. Yes, there was an incident of something, but this is interesting because this is the Independent, right? This is the Independent, and as we know of all the wokery that the Independent spurt out, and you'll get a similar look at from the Guardian as well on this. But what makes this interesting is that they don't really talk about why Tyler, the Creator, was banned by Theresa May, and therefore you're going to see an actual conflict of interests. Because if you're truly woke, you're gonna have to decide where your loyalty lies, aren't you? Because, and for the same reason he was banned, why Tyler, the Creator, was banned in Australia, was because of the lyrics from one of his, most well-known early bangers. It's one of my favorite tunes by him, where he just says the lyrics about alright, it's about Bruno Mars. You can go look it up. It's Bruno, he talks about Bruno Mars, and he talks about doing rough things to Bruno Mars's he drops an F-bomb in there. Usually I'm alright with saying this word, but obviously this is going on YouTube and Twitch, and there's people moderating this kind of thing who are complete little pansies. So, I don't want to offend you, you little pansies, do I? But, alright, he says faggot. He says faggot, okay? And that was enough for him to get banned. Like, over lyrics like that. In 2015. And the interesting thing, one of the first interesting things is, that is what you expect from a conservative British politician. That attitude, that's what conservatism would do. Saying, oh no, you can't be saying all these filthy lyrics, That's what people have been fighting against for years, from the puritanical religious nutters of the 50s who wanted to, ban Elvis's hips for being the work of the devil. Right up until Marilyn Manson. There's religious groups going around leafleting around the country, warning people about the dangers of Marilyn Manson coming to the country and putting on concerts. All this kind of thing. That's what you expect from very conservative people. But the thing is, because the nature of Tyler, the Creator's lyrics was homophobic, outlets like The Guardian and The Independent and the people that support this radical, let's call it the radical leftist type of thinking. I hate using all the same words everyone else does, but how else are you going to explain it? They'd want his ass banned too, because he's spouting off homophobic lyrics. Oh, but is it because he's black and therefore, he is virtuous and therefore he's one of the, oh, you're black, that's fine. Is it the pandering thing? I don't know, but they don't mention the lyrics at all in this article because they wouldn't, because that would upset other people. When Eminem said those kind of things, people tried to protest Eminem. Like when he performed at the Brit Awards, it was a big controversy for the first time. It becomes very uncomfortable because it's like, hey, yeah, Tyler, the Creator's socking it to Theresa May, and we don't like her because she was the Conservative Prime Minister, and blah, 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 blah. But she did it because that's the kind of thing we would have done. Because he got banned for using homophobic lyrics. That's why it happened. That was the reason. How progressive is that? Theresa May bans an artist for using homophobic lyrics in a song that was a lot older It was out way before 2015. When that tune came out? That tune came out like 2011? So surely then, Theresa May is the champion that they wanted. Deplatforming someone who was saying things that they didn't like. This is Theresa May. The person that you can see the video of the Girls Fight Club. I want to scream about. this Theresa May. Some people would have called Theresa May a fascist. A bigot. Theresa May. Theresa May decided that Tyler, the Creator, shouldn't come to the UK because of his homophobic lyrics. And yet there's not a mention of it in the Independent article. There'll be not a mention of it in the Guardian article, that the fact was that the lyrics were seen to be homophobic in nature. Yeah. Of course, there's context for everything, because it's art, there has to be context. But that goes out the window with other forms of art and other statements made by other kinds of people. So therefore it's a situation of, well, okay, you just pick and choose. But it is just funny because Theresa May made the same moves that so many of these extreme left people are making of anyone that says anything that goes against any protected group or a group they consider to be protected or should be protected. Theresa May went and done that. She went and done the things that they fucking do, and this was in 2015. This is just before everything went full-blown loony, but she did it. Theresa May. But no one's going to praise what Theresa May did on the loser side all the way over there. You know, the loser club, they're still milling around the biffa bins, looking for scraps. No one's going to praise Theresa May because she's part of the wrong team. She's on the wrong team, bro, even though she's doing exactly the same thing for exactly the same reasons that these people are doing it for. But she plays for the wrong team. They are in agreement, but she's on the wrong team and therefore it's not good. But this is exactly what you would expect from a very conservative politician, as we have expected for decades. But Diane Abbott would probably do the same fucking thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm just throwing all female politicians under the bus, fuck it. I just find that fascinating. It's only okay if you're on the right team. Like, we have entered an age where politics doesn't matter anymore. This is all tribal. This is all ridiculousness. Religion has been replaced by fucking politics. My God. So that's it. That's it. Because if he brings that song out today, if he does that song today, so he didn't release it all those years ago, Tyler, the Creator, decides to do that song today and release it, yeah, he's getting shut down, and the Independent are not making any flowering articles about him. Right. This article, if they bring up the fact of what exactly is said in his lyrics for the reason that he was banned, if they bring up that fact, then it's a hit piece. But they've just ignored it. I don't know, I just find it. And that's it. That's the contradictions. That's the contradictory nature of all this bullshit. It's so stupid. You get the same thing. It goes on and on, like with corporations. You know, YouTube's a great example. You can say this, but you can't say that. Unless you're one of the people that we like. You know what I mean? I'm having to go on every YouTube video and click, is this child friendly? No. Alright. That's a conversation for another time. I'll save that one. But yeah, just wanted to dust that out, that, you know, the year of the clown is over. the funeral of the clown is this year. It's clear that it's all dead. Like I said, they're going to go down fighting. I have made a conscious decision just to do streams like this. I'm going to stay away from doing commentary on any articles that are in the Guardian or the Independent unless they're absolutely hilarious. That's it. I just want to... That's it. You know what I mean? Because I'm... You know, the loser squad are going to get snuffed. But they're going down and trying to fight dirty, and they've ruined it for everything. For everything? They've ruined it for everyone. They've ruined everything for everyone. So after this, check out the podcast special that I've done on the birth of outrage. But this is replacing what the podcast is. But that's the podcast special. Okay? Check that one out because I've got a lot of good things to say. There will be more content coming on Knowledge and Ignorance channels. Like I said, I'm not going to do as much as I did before because it's throwaway shit. Do you know what I mean? I want to do just more long form things, and then just give my opinion on any key topics that's going on. But I'm not going to play slave to the fucking YouTube algorithm that you have to pump out content day after day after day. I'm not going down that route. I'm not having this take up my fucking time. I've got other ambitions. I've got other things I want to fucking do. You know what I mean? I like doing this whole talking thing and deep diving the subjects, but I'm not becoming a slave to that algorithm. Alright? There's better ways to put yourself out there. There really is. You know? You can just pay money. You can just pay money, man. You know? You can just pay money. There's many other ways instead of I'd rather pay out some money and promote myself that way than be an algorithm fucking slave any day of the week. Just think about it, all those people that get on trending all the time, it's just money and connections. That's all it is. I'll fly out to Silicon Valley and I'll suck a few vaginas. It's fine. I'd rather do that than have to make 5 videos a day on just what everyone else is talking about just to get fucking clicks. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. I'm rejecting that shit. I've played the game enough to realize that it's just... It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Quality over quantity. That's what we need to get back to. There's probably someone there going, oh, this is fucking shit though. Well, you're shit. Quality over quantity. But anyway, keep an eye out for everything that I do. Please go visit the Planet Rebus website. That's down in the description of everywhere that you're looking. Everywhere. However you're consuming this, there will be a link to the website. I want everyone to go to the website from now on. Just go there. That is where you will find the content. Sign up for a mailing list. You know, I haven't done the mailing list yet because no one signed up for it. I mean, the website's only been out a week. That's what I want you to do. I want to take everyone with me. Come with me. You know, because in the next few years, people really need to create their own outlets. More people are going to reject these massive tyrannical corporations that just seem to own fucking everything. It's going to have to happen. Everyone's going to have their own lanes. It has to happen. It's got to be taken away because it's just too much. Too much. You know? And these people just rapidly getting exposed as just morally bankrupt fucking shysters. I mean, that's just the way it is. From YouTube to Google to Facebook, these people they flip-flop around every fucking subject. It's ridiculous. They are so transparent. My God, going on, waltzing around saying, promoting socialist ideals when they're just rampant, tyrannical, capitalist, consumerist monsters. I mean, enough is enough, isn't it? Come on, for goodness sake. So yeah, come over to my fucking website. Do you know what I mean? Leave these bozos alone. I'll give you some good advertising. I'll be advertising you sex robots from Japan for half price. That's the kind of thing you want in your life. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and I'll speak to you next time. For now, be good to yourselves. Try to be good to other people too. That will help. It's a give and take thing. It's the